Hey y'all, it's Amanda, and today I'm outside trying to enjoy this warm, abnormally warm winter, and I'm continuing to work down the west facing side garden. And after noon, this whole side area gets sun for the rest of the day. And I already did a video of the first half of it, so I'm just continuing along here. So I'm starting with this particular area, which I'm really kind of shifting into an all perennials bed, and I'm starting by cleaning out some bearded iris. Okay, so I have Bermuda grass, and that is very typical for my area, and it is the absolute worst. So you'll see me digging along the edges of the garden. This whole garden was originally all grass, all across this entire side of the house. And this was my COVID project where I added all these gardens in here, and I love it. But the grass is never ending with Bermuda grass. The roots can grow up to a foot deep, which is why it is so tolerant of our drought. Drought and hot weather that we get here in the North Texas area. So I like to use this little pitchfork, and I like to loosen the soil and then go through and pull out the roots the best I can. All of it will come back, but if I stay on top of it every year and kind of keep dealing with it, it won't spread. So that's really the goal, is for this not to spread, but getting rid of all of it would be, I would never be able to do it. You'd have to use chemicals, and even then, I'm not even sure that that would work. Okay, as I work my way back, It might be a little tough to see, but as I remove this debris, there's some little green leaves. I have two wild berry powwow coneflowers here. There used to be three, and I lost one a few years ago. And so these two feel a little bit random because they're a little further back. So later on, I'm going to transplant them. But I'm continuing to remove all the dried, dead leaves from all of the new growth on the bearded iris. I love bearded iris in my garden. I have several different varieties that I purchased from Shriners years ago. And there's something really therapeutic about pulling those dead leaves. And then I'm just kind of working my way around the back of the garden. There's already a bunch of gladiolus bulbs that are starting to come up, and just removing some of the weeds. And then finally, I am shifting over to this rose. This rose is Earth Angel, and it was beautiful this last year. And I'm going to cut it back by half just to freshen it up and get it ready for spring. Okay, these plants right here are Nepeta. There's two of them in there. And these have definitely become some of my favorite plants to have in the garden. I really should plant some more or divide these. Yeah, we're not going to do that right now, but I definitely need to add some more in some other areas. This is just your typical cat's pajamas Nepeta. And right now I'm just starting by ripping out a bunch of the dead, and then I will go back and I will shear it all back. And every time it gives me a flush of blooms, once the blooms begin to fade, I shear it all back again, and it gives me another round. And it is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so this right here is soft rush. It is a type of grass. I got this from Proven Winter several years ago. I like it very much. I like the softness of the color. Here you see me trying to use one of my power tools to cut it back. It was not having it. I totally forgot that I had a different um, trimmer that I could have used. But anyway, I ended up going and doing it all by hand. But this soft rush is really pretty. It handles the heat really well. I actually love when it turns this brown color in the winter. I think it's lovely. And then I just cut it down to about 2 to 3 inches above the ground. And it flushes out all nice, beautiful blue green needles, which I really, really love. Okay, 2 falls ago, I transplanted a bunch of the Helen von Stein lamb's ear here under this burgundy smoke bush, and it was beautiful last year. I absolutely am obsessed with it, loved it. So I'm just going through and I'm pulling out all the dead. I am wearing gloves because I did run into some snakes. And here's the moment where my camera falls over. I end up breaking up my tripod, which was super upsetting. So I called it a day and I just started filling in some spaces with compost, just making sure I had some at the base of some of the plants and just getting the soil prepped for a really good year. Okay, and I decided to wrap up the day with something a little fun by adding in my first spring annuals of the season. This is a new type of petunia for me. It's called Deco Max Pink Petunias, and they produce abundant, bright pink flowers on compact, vigorous plants that hold their shape well in beds and containers. They grow about 8 to 10 inches tall and spread up to 24 to 36 inches wide, making them great for borders, mass plantings, and mixed containers. And petunias don't last a whole long time for me, but I'm going to go ahead and give these a try on the side garden, see how they do. I do add some biotone to get them started. These should pretty much be finished out probably end of May going into June. That'll be about the end of it for petunias. But a good 3 months would be lovely, and I think this bright pink color will look really great in the spot. Okay, and I get this last plant in, and that should fill out this area really, really nicely. And I'm just going to water them in and then wrap it up for the day. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Just seeing a lot more real-time gardening is kind of my goal, and for me to actually find more peace with my gardening instead of always having to talk the whole time while I'm gardening. So just listen to music or the birds or relax, and it's been really lovely. So all right, you all, as always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.